Our first guest is Akram Jagirdar, co-founder and chief operating officer at Musaffa.
It's not just answering the question that if this is halal or not halal.
I've always been interested to learn, so this is absolutely great. Great for the viewers, great for myself.
That we are going to be giving these screening solutions completely free of cost. We believe if the community can support it, I always tell people just turn off your subscriptions on Netflix probably and move towards a halal subscription. That would also do.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Today Show. I'm Aisha Sadiq, entrepreneur, presenter and your host for this beautifully bright Tuesday here in London. Yes, the sun is out and it's a hot one, but we've got an even hotter lineup for you today on Islam Channel. From inspiring women breaking barriers to uplifting stories of faith, resilience and purpose, today's show is full of energy, insight and heart. So whether you're at home or at work or tuning in on the go, stay with us because you don't want to miss a moment. Our first guest is Akram Jagirdar, co-founder and chief operating officer at Musaffa, a pioneering force in Islamic FinTech. With a decade of experience scaling mission-driven finance startups like Wahid, Agaz, and now Musaffa, Akram has been at the forefront of building ethical, tech-driven financial solutions. He's helped launch a platform that empowers over 500,000 users to invest in line with Islamic principles across 24 global stock exchanges. Akram is here to raise awareness about Islamic finance and share Musaffa's bold step, making their powerful halal stock screening tool completely free and accessible to everyone. We're thrilled to have him on the show to talk purpose, impact, and the future of Muslim investing. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, Akram?
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for asking. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Enjoying the weather. How's the weather where you are?
Oh, it's raining over here, so
Really?
it's good. Yeah, alhamdulillah. But it's the weather of Mumbai. So I came from Dubai to Mumbai. The heat continues, so all the way.
Absolutely. So we're actually lucky in London to have such weather, so I can't say that I would be jealous.
Absolutely.
So Akram, I've always been interested in Islamic finances. So what got you into Islamic finance?
So if I have to put it in a few words, it is the qadr of Allah, to be honest. So after just passing out of college, I had the opportunity to start working in traditional finance. And as everyone is aware, these traditional financial companies are majorly based on the concept of interest, riba. And my father was really stern about this decision that I'm not going to work in that. And so I told him, you know what, you need to introduce me to someone that is doing Islamic finance at that level. And interestingly, he introduced me to this guy who's flown from New York, and we go meet, we chat, and he's doing something really interesting. And he's a 21-year-old, I was 22 years old, and we started to build this system. We engineered and developed this system, and we didn't realize that time that we were putting the building blocks of Islamic FinTech as a whole, what you see today in today's time. And it ended up being something amazing. It ended up getting a lot of attraction globally, and today we know it as Wahid. And being the first, one of the first management hires, seeing it from the ground up, scaling to alhamdulillah, I think so 400,000 plus users today. It got me connected to Islamic finance and fintech and seeing the growth in the industry as a whole. So yeah, it's been a journey, mashallah, for the last 10 years.
Absolutely, and watching something grow from bottom upwards is always amazing. How do you see the industry evolving?
So when I look at it from a traditional standpoint, and when I see how when I look at it from a traditional standpoint to moving to Islamic finance, usually these questions have always been, is this halal or not halal? That's been the baseline. Nobody has, got into the depth of, solving these problems as a whole. And where I see it evolving is going to be through two means, definitely. I'm really bullish on Islamic finance as a whole. And the number one thing is education. And the second most important thing is adoption, right? So once we see these two things collate towards one goal, I feel that the regulatory aspects of different areas is also going to start getting combined. So when right now, when we talk about in our industry, when we talk about the serviceable universe, it's around 400 million Muslims that are looking to adopt this, inshallah. And that's where all these companies have started to, come in and start serving Islamic finance as a whole. But the goal for all of us is to expand this universe as well as start serving this universe with the particular needs of these users. So that's where I believe companies like Musaffa and Wahid and Agaz, or all the other companies that I have kind of connected with through our solutions, data solutions, etc., have all been working towards that goal. And it is going to be something big, inshallah, very soon.
Inshallah, you definitely found the gap there. How is Musaffa shaping the Islamic finance industry?
So Musaffa, one thing that Musaffa has done is that it has solved the basic layman problem, right? So it's not just answering the question that if this is halal or not halal. It is actually giving you deep insights about why this investment is a good opportunity for you, why it is halal, as well as how would you purify these investments into building your portfolio that you call Sharia compliant, right? And we've engineered a system that that today can screen over 120,000 stocks and ETFs globally across 24, 30 plus stock exchanges. And we get requests from all over. We're getting requests from Congo, Bangladesh, Oman, and all these countries. And we have created and engineered a system, and it's developed so beautifully that every quarter the analyst has the capability of giving you standardized as well as the most accurate reports in the process of screening as well as purification as a whole. So that's one thing that has helped Musaffa grow, and it has got us to a podium where now we can vertically integrate more and more products on top of it. When we talk about Islamic finance, it shouldn't be stagnant to only knowing what is halal. You can integrate ESG, right? You have Islamic, what we call in our company, we call it Islamic responsible investing. So it's a synergy between Islamic finance as well as ESG, that's economic social governance, right? So it's integrating both of the things, and we're building products after products on top of the base that we have created over the past 5 years, alhamdulillah.
That's amazing. I mean, as a Muslim woman who's got a business as well, so I've always been interested to learn. So this is absolutely great. Great for the viewers, great for myself. I'm learning so much from you here today. What has motivated you to work in this industry for 10 plus years?
I think so. There are multiple factors that motivate me towards staying here. The biggest factor is, of course, we are servicing the deen, right? And nothing can beat that. But there are more things than just this personal satisfaction. We see the issues in the ummah today. So today, if you consciously ask yourself that, are you in control of your economy? Are you in control of the money that is running around in the economy? The answer is no. Globally, we see what is happening around the world, right?
Yeah.
And if Muslims are not participating in this and trying to build systems that can eventually, it's a parallel system that can eventually challenge the traditional system, we are always going to stay there. So this is one thing that always motivates me. And there's also, I just don't want people to be, serviced. They also need to be a part of this. So they need to be compensated enough so that they can leave their regular traditional structures and move into Islamic economy and inshallah build it from scratch. And it need not be just finance, it can be any industry as a whole.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I definitely feel one step closer. So thank you for all the information that you're providing. 3 pieces of advice that you would like to give the viewers.
So the most important piece of advice that I have for anyone is, Muslims really need to get out of the rubble. And there's any pun intended in that, but the goal is that we need to come out of the drawing room conversations that, hey, this is the situation of Muslims around the world, what are we doing, and become contributors, and you can pick any field as a whole. You can start servicing the industry through your skill sets. finance is core, media is core, and Islam Channel is doing a fabulous job with that as well. So there are industries that require this attention. We need leaders, we need speakers, we need orators, we need financial analysts. We require so many skill sets, and this is one piece of advice. Finance is the core that that connects all these different sectors and mediums together. And with Islamic finance's growth and the demand in the industry, I think so if people can equip themselves with the correct skill sets, it is going to be great for them. Probably the second advice that I have is, I think so, I always tell people that have this question for, is Islamic finance or Islamic banking, is it 100% halal or not halal? I think so we should first move out of the traditional force. First get the freedom, then try to fix what is incorrect and what kind of principles can be better applied, how that execution can happen. So that's the second piece of advice. The third would be, I think so people need to learn about finance and money of their own. People usually believe in these Islamic gurus, and they take their advice online. They're watching
Yeah,
these videos and reels, and they don't know how they're managing, how their money is getting managed as a whole. I believe
absolutely.
if a person needs to uh, get control of their finances, they need to learn about how to operate their money, where to invest, how to get the halal credit that is available, how to manage your investments as a whole, and then depend on the advice, and so that you have a bird's eye view at least, so you are in control as a as an individual.
No, that's absolutely great. I mean, the third piece of advice that you've given, I feel that's one of the first things that we need to do as individuals, really, is to learn that, is how to manage our money. So, no, absolutely correct. What's new or coming soon on the Musaffa app?
So Musaffa is, I believe when we started to pioneer into the industry. So we're building something amazing. We're integrating, as I said before, we're integrating ESG with Sharia principles. We call it Islamic responsible investing, IRI, and we're actually we are expanding the universe of investable halal ETFs. So currently in the global universe, you have around 20-25 halal ETFs. Wahid has a few as well. So Musaffa has now expanded their universe to 100 plus. And most interestingly, the biggest news that we have at Musaffa, that we are going to be giving these screening solution completely free of cost, so that you can go and screen 120,000 plus stocks and ETFs, know their status for free. And if you need more services for purification, then there's a subscription platform available. So this is one thing that this is an announcement that we've done recently for all our users, because we know our users that expand across the globe. We're servicing 200 plus regions right now. And inshallah, this would be really helpful for everyone who has made a request, everyone who has ever used the platform, giving a comment or feedback to us. So we want to give it back to the ummah, inshallah.
Absolutely, inshallah. Well, I hope all our viewers are watching and listening, and they're definitely going to take advantage of this. I sure am. Tell us about your live crowdfunding round.
So, alhamdulillah, that Musaffa has closed 5 million in funding. And now what we're doing is we're crowdfunding on the Musaffa, invest.musaffa page. We see this as a move of protecting our vision and mission, right? So we want to stick to our goals, and we believe if the community can support it. I always tell people, just turn off your subscriptions on Netflix probably and move towards a halal subscription. That would also do. So if the community starts supporting the companies that are building around this vision of economic Islamic economy, then it is a step forward for all these companies. It will boost the morale of the people working in this company. It will create products that you can use, and you can proudly forward it on to the next generation.
Thank you so much. Really appreciated your time. So much information there for us. It's been great to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
The pleasure is mine.
Thank you.
Jazakallah khair.
A huge thank you to Akram Jagirdar for joining us and shedding light on the powerful work Musaffa is doing in the world of Islamic finance. It's inspiring to see how ethical, Sharia-compliant investing is not only possible, but thriving. With the right tools and vision, whether you're just starting your halal investment journey or looking to grow with purpose, there's no better time to get involved. Stay with us. After the break, we're switching gears, but keeping the momentum going with more stories that inform, inspire, and empower. You're watching today's show on Islam Channel, and we'll be right back, inshallah.